fantastic side.
सबैले च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गरिदिनुहोस् है। लाइभ चाहिँ देखाइरहेको छु मैले हजुरहरूलाई, त्यसैले सबैले च्यानललाई कपिराइट आउन सक्छ कि मेरो उसमा, त्यसैले सबैले सपोर्ट गरिदिनु होला है गाइस।
But no, I mean, there's lots of experience, quality. You know, he's got years of experience. I'm sure if he's finding his strengths, his right areas to hit from, maybe he's just sussing out what he can and cannot do on this pitch.
It's a great challenge. These two. Another player to miss outside off. Throwing, flourishing drive at centre from Kushal Bhurtel. It looks like we're getting plenty of pick-up off the surface. It's not just a great carry, it's also just... It's almost... It's not popping up, is it? It's just going through an incredible bounce.
Fantastic bar. It's almost tennis ball-like from obviously this end, whereas the other ones staying a little bit more consistent.
Opts to leave that time, which feels like a better shot choice. Kushal's a batter that loves to get going. He'll be looking at that 3 off 16 ball, maybe thinking about where his next boundary or his first boundary of the day can come from. Brilliant maiden there from Samaroa. It's still 11 to none then.
सबैले च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गरेर नत्र च्यानल आफै अफ भइजान्छ के लाइभ आफै इन्ड भइजान्छ सबैले च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गरिदियो है गाइस सबैले
There's been a little bit of excitement from the batting perspective. The boundary came early doors. Obviously we've got some extras in there from the bowling perspective, but overall I think the team that holds out the longest in terms of consistency, line and length, or whether you can leave well,
yes,
or whether you can attack the fuller ball and leave the one that's really challenging you, I think you'll get ahead from there.
Richardson's in. Brilliant shot. Glorious through the offside. Trusted the bounce and threw the hands at it there, Aasif Sheikh. And he got a deserved 4. Timing was perfection.
Did we call that about 2 overs ago? I think that's a quality cricket shot from Aasif Sheikh. Again, the sound of the bat was impeccable and racing to the boundary, up the hill, up the banking. Proper cricket shot off the back foot.
It didn't feel there to be hit. It didn't feel like a terrible ball there from George Richardson. Just got punished. That time a little bit shorter. And a little bit of a revenge moment there for Richardson.
So if you're talking about fine margins, I think that length ball there is more challenging to the batter.
सबैले च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गर्नुस् है गाइस रिच लिएर कपिराइट आउन सक्छ के अहिले फेरि अब हेरौँ कपिराइट कति बेलासम्म लाइभ चाहिँ देखाउँछ लाइभ चाहिँ जबसम्म आउँछ तबसम्म देखाइराख्छु
Getting up to sort of hip and shoulder height as opposed to waist height.
It doesn't look like it's going to be a pitch that's easy to play the full shot on.
Yeah.
A little bit of that tennis ball bounce is coming quickly. Again, there it is. Excellent analysis from Kasamali. Back of a length ball looks tough to deal with.
Yeah, and again, it's whether they're used to these conditions and whether they can pull off it. There's no field set up for the short ball. So I don't think that's a major plan straight away, whether they're going to go short at the batter. But I'd be looking to exploit that as much as possible. I mean, if the back foot punches come off a length, fine margins there.
Short ball cut, not timed towards cover. Again, another sign of being a little bit tricky at a time off that short length. In terms of conditions that we might see in Nepal, is that more of an area of the slow, low, dry pitches that we might expect out there?
Yeah. Lots of turning wickets out there. You know, your humidity is a big factor out there. But obviously, you know, great quality wickets. They've had some excellent scores over there, and speaking to a lot of touring teams, they enjoy going to Nepal and actually play cricket. So, yeah, great place to tour, great place to play cricket.
Good length delivery there from Richardson. Again, he's finding that length. It's just back enough, isn't it? And any further, it's almost hittable. Not on that line though, but he's starting to find his length.
Yeah, and from a batting perspective, you want to try and utilize your crease and try and create that.
सबैले च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गरिदिनुहोस् है गाइस कपिराइटको अलि डर हुन्छ यहाँ त्यसैले अहिले सबैले च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गरिदिनुहोस् है गाइस सपोर्ट गरिदिनुहोस्
So there are fine margins.
लाइभ अब कति बेलासम्म चल्ने हो थाहा छैन बिचमा आफै अफ गरिदिन्छ लाइभ युट्युबले फेरि
Consistency of who's going to be patient long enough.
Short cut, and it's just gone over the cover field.
चौका हानेका छन् आसिफ शेखले है गाइस
Cheer from the fans out of deep cover. It's just gone over the cover field. That fielder has just been stopped up. He's been moved out a second slip into the cover region. And a short delivery from Richardson gets put away to the boundary for 4, and it ends the over. There's 19 for none, 2 boundaries from it.
What a fantastic cricket shot to finish it all the way. Bowled really well. George held his line, really challenging questions. But Sheikh has just laid it. He's actually risen to the ball, hit through sort of almost the extra cover region into the Nepalese fans who have arrived in their small group numbers, usually packing out the ground and wherever the Nepal guys go. But that's a fantastic sight to see.
This one's come off the shoulders, popped up towards the third man who's running in. It hasn't quite reached him. A brilliant delivery that climbed
सबैले
up
च्यानललाई
onto
सब्स्क्राइब
the
गरिदिनुहोस् है
shoulder
गाइस
of Kushal's bat. Almost carried out the third man. It shows what's in this pitch. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and this is what we're referring to before. It's a little bit of tennis ball bounce from this end. Very unexpected. How that delivery
कपिराइट आउँछ हजुरहरूलाई लाइभ चाहिँ देखाउनु पऱ्यो कि लाइभ युट्युबमा आएको पनि अहिलेसम्म लाइभ त्यसले अहिलेसम्म हाल्यो नै क्या युट्युबमा आयो भने म छाडिदिन्छु यस्तो लाइभ
This is going to be a real challenge from this end.
The height of Summerova proving to be challenging. Down the leg side though this time. Carried through with some serious pace through to the keeper. Yeah, I wonder if it might be worth from this end. We're seeing a lot of good pickup from that good length. Is it the same tactic we've seen George Richardson get some success in that ball, which is almost in the chest area? From this end, is it slightly fuller length because of that extra bounce?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. You can cater for both lengths.
Flip down towards fine leg. That's going to beat the fielder. Just helped on its way. It's going to be picked up from George Richardson past the advertiser boarding, and Summerova, who's bowled terrifically so far this morning, has drifted a couple down the leg side in a row, and that's been punished by Aasif Sheikh.
It's dangerous, slightly over pitch it with lots of pace on, snick down leg side. That's 4 runs, and he'll come back. He'll come back strong. He just needs to bring the length into play a bit more and a line. Yeah, 100%, 100%. And I like that. I like strong.
सबैले च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गरिदिनु न गाइस
Exploiting the length of the wicket.
1000 सब्स्क्राइब पुऱ्याइदिनु पऱ्यो क्या आज 483 मात्रै छन् 1000 सब्स्क्राइब पुऱ्याइदिनु पऱ्यो
But actually, what I really like here, he's bowling strong lengths, good lengths as well, and he's really asking questions from the batter.
Aasif going at a good rate for a 16 so far. This one's just been chipped up towards mid-on. Kushal waiting patiently. Plenty of intent remains on the Jersey fielders. They smell a chance coming. No chance has been put down as of yet. A couple of close calls. From Summerova that climbed off the shoulder of the bat. Start this over. He wipes his brow. Good lead outside the offside. You can see he's looking a lot more comfortable. He was driving at a few balls early on, just outside his edge. But now he looks a little bit more confident, a little bit more comfortable.
सबैले च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गर्नुहोस् है गाइस सपोर्ट गर्नुहोस् यार कपिराइट आयो भने चाहिँ गाह्रो हुन्छ मलाई
One of the 2 sheikhs in the side. We've also got Aaree Sheikh in the side as well. He looks a quality bat. And he looks like he's adapted to the conditions a little bit more than his counterpart at the other end.
A drive. Playing a miss from Aasif. He still looks keen to keep his scoreboard ticking over. Maybe a little bit too much confidence in that one. I think it'll be good for Kushal Bhurtel to face a little bit of George Richardson. It feels like this is Samaro's height bounce from this end is providing an almighty challenge. However, Richardson, it seems to be getting a little bit less out of the pitch from his end, I'd say. He's bowling good lengths, he's causing pressure. No wonder if Patel can maybe get a little bit more out from this end.
Yeah, absolutely, and it'll be interesting to see how George finishes off this next over. But it'll be interesting to see whether he still can hold them lengths, whether he can still ask questions, and more importantly, Sheikh. It'll be interesting to see how he comes out to Kushal. It was 4 of 17. He's taking his time, batting his time. And I just think there's not enough compared to this side. There's not a tennis ball. So, relatively easy, probably say, this side.
Be careful what to say with the groundsman not far away from it.
Tema era next to so I get it.
Safe.
हेर यो हेर 100 जना यत्र मेरो ओडी पिले उ हेर न मेरो फेस नि देखिन खा
Bowled it! Top quality Yorker. George Richardson gets the breakthrough. It's 26 for 1 now on the ball. Aasif Sheikh. Sees him off.
त्यो म देखाउन लाग्छु तपाईलाई यहाँ हेर न मेरो फेस हेर त्यहाँ यो मेरै त हो त
Now it's trying to really get this game going. We've got a
अहिले 1000 पुगेको छ भन्न
6 overs. Exactly what Jersey wanted, 26 for 1. Now 6.
Especially while the ball is new and the pitch is fresh. You can see it's just got a tinge of green there on the stream. Your batter is going to be Bim Sharkey. Opposite number, Kushal Bhurtel. He's got a couple of sporting deliveries from Summerover. Just getting a breakthrough there, so all they've got a little bit of rebuilding today for an early wicket falls. I must say it's not how I predicted the first wicket to fall with that brilliant Yorker. I'm not sure actually. The Singh expected that either. It looked like it beat up a pace and it was a good delivery in the end.
Well, his last 3 or 4 deliveries were short game with his head, so you could say it was a surprise package, but actually great
subscribe
delivery.
on guys, subscribe.
Catch him off guard, gone full, and rattle the stumps. I think that's the kind of sound you want as a fast bowler.
Death rattle.
Death rattle, absolutely.
As you can see in the top left, it's slips it out here. Tracks that ball down slightly shorter, wide outside the off stump. This will be a dot ball. Nice sight there early for Bim. Packing out the offside on Jersey. Richardson hanging outside the off stump. That previous delivery. With the extra slip in, it needs a little bit room for a shot through the covers, so Richardson doesn't have much room to work with as this one is guided down to the third man boundary. In control from Sharkey. But stuck on the crease, that's the challenge that these conditions are going to possess. Overcast this morning, plenty of cloud cover, which feels quite high. It's not low looming cloud, it's relatively light. A hazy morning here in Jersey. He's going to pose the Nepalese batters an interesting challenge.
Yeah, and that's the sort of challenge they need going into their series. They want to get ready for them conditions as much as possible. of shadow batting going on, isn't there? Out there. A lot of great shots gone to the boundary for no runs. It's looks good.
Well, Kushal is a man who can turn it on just like that. So I think the more he shadow bats, the more orange jersey you're going to get. Driven this time down towards cover. The crowd begins to slightly increase in number. And that hits the over, 27 for 1. It's brought the breakthrough. George Richardson, the man to take it with a full Yorker, to dismiss the Aasif. Well, 27 for 1. So what I'm interested to see over time in this game is what kind of role and eventually
Aiming too much ito.
we know the strength of the likes of Samuel.
लिंक हेर मेरो लिंक पठाएको छु मैले देखाइरहेको छु हेर रुक देखाउ त
That could be a great thing to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And
चलाइ जा लिंक पठाइदिएको छु लिंक पठाइदिएको छु
That's a big question. Is what the bowlers can do to exploit spin condition, if you like. I definitely think as the day gets older, the overs get older, and the pitch gets older, we'll probably get a little bit more. But it is solid underneath that. You know, that wicket is rock solid, and it's whether you can actually exploit that pitch to get some turn out. I think it'll be more skinny as opposed to lateral turn. I think there'll be a interesting to see.
Birrell's the new bowler then. Short down the next side. A little bit of pick up. Birrell's a tall man too. Why it's going to be called. For 28 for 1.
If anybody knows this wicket, it's the ground. So that's not a good start with the ground. But again, getting the right bowlers on from the right end, tall, strong bowler, you're going to already see carry straight away. That same tennis ball bouncing off the first ball. So it's interesting to see how he's going to exploit this.
Slightly slower delivery into the pads of Sharky. Leg time, yeah. Seems to have come off the bat. It was quite a thud off the bat there. Sharky. Wonder if Birrell's there to come the knee into this pitch. Might be able to exploit, who knows. He receives the ball back at the top of his mark.
Love reporter, thanks out there.
thanks.
It's a good single taken. First sign of a quick, nimble single. These batters. Can you see that he's doing there with the ball?
He's definitely taken a bit of pace off the last deliveries. I'm not sure whether that's him getting into his repertoire or whether that's a definitive plan that he's gone with. But judging by what I saw in the first ball, I'd look to exploit bounce and pace.
He's back to it. Treats it with a turn into leg for no run. Very interesting how the man is in control of the pitch.
कति बेला कपिराइट आएर बन्द हुन्छ थाहा हुन्न
Maybe he knows something we don't.
Maybe.
Still continues. The hips. Well turned out.
यतादेखि हेर न लिङ्क किन पठाउनु पर्यो
Richardson out there. He turns the throw.
अहिले लिङ्क अझ झ्याउ हुन्छ त्यहाँ
That's
फेरि
the back track. Daniel Birrell continues to mix it up. He's focusing quite full and straight at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah, and I would be as well. There's obviously bounce from this side, so you're going to hit the bat quite hard on the splice of the bat. Probably get a nick on there. So they've got another man now on the offside taking a slip out. So I'll be interested to see what plan this is.
Beats the bat outside the off stump. The fielder's very happy with that one. Birrell will be too. Getting the first little bit of away nibble as the wind has died down out here now. A little bit more still. Leaves continue to flutter. flags as well.
ए कस्तो छ
Daniel Bill seems to have
हालु
found his tactic.
It's a good head there as well. I'm very impressed.
गर्दैन अल्ले कति गर्छन्
Flows as he runs in. Short ball.
कति बेला कपिराइट आएर बन्दैन त्यति डर छ
Over square leg. Let's run up the ramp and come back down.
ल ल
That was
हेर्दै
a
गर
short ball. It looked like Daniel Bill might have even just thought to try that out last ball of the over, see if he can get anything out of the pitch. And well, it's been punished by Kushal. Looked like he had a lot of time there.
Yeah, easy pickings, and a player of his quality is not gonna miss out on that. Hip high, sort of shortish ball with not a lot of pace. He's not gonna miss out on that with nobody out deep. That was.
Extra delivery to bowl.
कला थियो है बिचमा कल आयो कि कल आयो
Saying a couple of things from the non-striker then to his partner. Like he was having a bit of a giggle. Sure, George Richardson won't like that too much.
एपमा हैन नि त कान्छा यो एपमा हुने एपमा हैन यो उसमा हो
Turns around to the top.
केमा भनेपछि
Sharky waits.
लिंक देखि हेर्यौ के त्यहाँ भित्र भित्र फेरि लगइन सगिन गर्नुपर्छ झन्झट हुन्छ तिमीहरुलाई
Good delivery, draws the edge. Points running around. Throw in.
ल 497 सब्स्क्राइब 500 बनाउ त सबैले 500 फटाफट 500
Who I believe last time these two sides met.
तिनटा सब्स्क्राइब एक्सन छिटो छिटो 500 बनाउ त सब्स्क्राइब
Which
100 लाइक कम्प्लिट आन न 100 लाइक कम्प्लिट 100 लाइक कम्प्लिट
games behind closed doors in that time. Last time I've seen them on the data is July 2015, a World T20 qualifier. Jersey won by 7 wickets and Jenner top scored with 30 off 26 11 years ago. A young Charles Pershard in that team as well. This is fully driven down the ground, a lovely shot. Patel, it's an on drive between the stumps and mid-on. And he will very, very much love to see that roar off the face of his bat. 41 for 1.
Yeah, good quality cricket shot, and from a batting perspective, they're the kind of deliveries you want to tuck into and not miss out. Obviously, from a bowler's point of view, slightly overpitched. For me, we need to get at least a length back. See if we can challenge the top of the splice. Try and get slip into play. Probably trying to go for another Yorker, but I'm not sure. Not sure that's the right tactic, but good quality cricket shot.
Another wide call from the umpire. It feels that a Yorker will come with plenty of risk on this surface, more than others, just because of how nicely the ball's coming onto the bat. And that last on drive shows you the quality of this pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. And a player of Kushal, who's played around the world, played in some major tournaments, is not going to miss out.
हुन्छ हो सब्स्क्राइब हान न सबैले च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब हान
On a full length delivery.
भर्खर 29 लाइक छन् यार 100 जना हेर्दा छु यस्तो रिक्स लगेर लाइभ देखाइरहेको छु सबैले सब्स्क्राइब हान न
Really bringing them into an indecision in terms of forward or back movement.
Over the wicket, Richardson.
डट बल भएको छ पिच लास्टै गाह्रो छ है पिच लास्टै गाह्रो छ
Forward square leg.
यदि नेपालको यो स्टार चाहिँ दामी छ तर आशिष शेख आउट भएको होइन
Summer was getting those balls to pick up. I mean, it's only been a few overs, but it feels like the game has changed already. And the Nepal batters look a lot more set.
Yeah, 41 off the 8 overs, 8.3 now, 42, excuse me, for 1 of 8.3. Yeah, they do. And the last couple of overs, they just look like with some rotation going on, a couple of boundaries, they've just picked the scoreboard up a little bit. So, yeah, definitely slightly change of momentum.
The Jersey bowlers will want to tie a few good dots together, start to build that pressure again and leak a boundary ball.
Yeah, and that's what you want from a bowling unit. You want to see how many dots you can build up, how much pressure you can put on, and whether you can put it in the right areas consistently. This is what I was talking about being patient with your line and lengths, not trying to go for your magic balls, but just sticking to the plan and try and build some pressure.
Here comes Richardson for the final ball of his fifth. Thuds into the pad. Still good intent from the fielders as the keeper throws at the non-striker's end. That's going to end the 9th over. As Nepal move to 43 for 1. There's a little bit of a stall. No umpire gives the cap, so that will conclude the over. From what you picked up from this pitch, how Jersey can move forward as a bowling side, what would you be telling them about it?
Early doors, good signs. There's obviously a lot in the pitch for both batters and bowlers. I think from a Jersey perspective, trying to be a little bit more consistent. I'd probably want to see them, hitting the lengths a little bit more, especially to the new batter. I think Kushal has settled in nicely there. George Richardson off his 5 overs, 1 for 24. Julius, 2.5. Obviously, he's gone for his 11 off his 3 overs. And Daniel Beryl, the groundsman, off 1 over, coming in for 8. Coming into his 2nd over now. See how he capitalises and tries to get this early momentum shifted back into Jersey's way with a little bit of a wicket if we can get it.
Interesting, we've just seen the 3 overs from Summeroa. Short ball, punished away through mid-wicket. It's a 1 bounce 4. Not the first time Patel has picked up on the short length early and pulled it away with convincing style. 47 for 1.
Sounded fantastic off the bat. Laid into the short ball. Jersey have obviously got a man out there now based on what they've seen in the last over. Not far from that deep fielder, but just raced past him. And fantastic cricket shot. And I'm not quite sure the shorter delivery on here at this pace is the best option. I think if you hang it outside off stump a little bit more, might be the way to go. They've taken slip out, so maybe Jersey don't see that as a threat.
Slow delivery from Beryl as he opts to go pace off again. A run from the bat of Patel. It does feel like as this ball begins to age, we're already seeing less of the nip we saw early on. It actually, you predicted early on, didn't you? A little bit of early nibble, but it's going to flatten out pretty quickly for the batters. That's exactly what we're seeing.
Yeah, and often when the ball gets hit to the boundary numerous times early doors, you're going to get the hardness starting to loosen up. The Kookaburra ball does tend to lose its swing after 6, 7 overs, 8 overs. But in these conditions, you would have thought it had been a little bit longer. Again, it's the execution of the bowlers to see if they can hit the tactical plan for long periods. But so far, it's been a good show, coming up to 47 for 1 of 9.2.
We just saw from square of the wicket how deep Patel is in his crease. Beryl is in, driving down the ground as Patel is going to take some stopping. It does. Sliding stop. Do you reckon that shows a sign of a quick wicket, how deep Patel is in his crease, or do you reckon that's just more of a personal thing?
Having seen him before, I think that's a bit of a personal thing. But again, probably utilising the length a little bit more. So if he's going fuller to try and get the Yorker in, maybe he's turning that into a half volley. But a good quality cricket shot there.
Chance to mid-wicket for no run. It does feel like for Beryl, good length to just full, a little bit of pace off, a little bit harder to time. And we've seen, especially with the 4 balls that have gone away to the boundary, when there's pace on the ball, it's rocketed away.
Maybe that's why the groundsman went to pace off for the second delivery.
Daniel Beryl, the groundsman here in Grainville. Stride down the ground, beats it. An arm from the bowler. Feels a good length to be bowling. Anyway, that's the end of the over. About 48 for 1. They'll be very happy with this start. I think Sheikh, who fell for 16 earlier this morning, he's going to feel like he's left some runs out there.
लाइभ छ त्यहाँ लाइभको लिङ्क किन मागेको यसैमा लाइभ हेर्न त्यसमा फेरि अझ तिमीहरूले लगइन गर्नुपर्छ आइडी रजिस्टर प्रिमियम पैसा तिर्नुपर्छ त्यसमा लाइभ हेर्नको लागि फेरि
You want to make sure you capitalize and spend some time understanding the pitch, trying to get some mileage in your legs, and going into the next series with some confidence. You don't want to nick out early or get bowled cheaply. So you want to be able to get into a position where you're taking that confidence and momentum into the next series. I'm sure he's slightly disappointed in the manner in which he's got out, but I'm pretty sure there's another couple of games for him to get himself ready.
Yeah, well, we'll be back on Wednesday, that's for sure. Another 50-over game between these two sides. After today's game, we've got a change of bowling. Skipper Chuggy, Charles Pershard. For a little bit of pace off, keeper comes up to the stumps. Fine leg is out on the boundary, as is square leg. So we're at the end of the 10 overs, so fielding restrictions have changed. Good length outside off is punched away. It's going to take some stopping. It rockets away along the boundary. Good diving stop in the deep. Puff of dust as a dive falls on hard ground. But 2 taken for Nepal as the 50 is up for them.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting passage of play now. Field spread out. Restrictions are done. You got your sweepers out straight away. Chuggy's come on to bowl. Keeper stood up. It'll be an interesting passage.
New challenge for Kushal, who defends this one back to Pershard. It always feels when pace gets put away for the boundary early doors, sides as soon as the power play ends, especially in T20 cricket, they opt to go their star, slower bowler. Driven out towards deep cover. He seems to be rolling the fingers over the ball there, doesn't he, Kaz?
Yeah, he is, and he's been a fantastic servant for Jersey cricket. Local boy, very popular family. So he's got lots of experience, and I think you mentioned in 2015, I think he made his debut there as well. So got plenty of experience behind him. I will understand how to operate on these wickets because he's probably been doing it for years.
Driven out towards long on. For a moment there, the mid-wicket fielder was interested for a run out, but as soon as it came off the bat, didn't wanted that single. So Patel back on strike. I have a bit of a thing about those counterweights. You can just see he's got at the top of his bat, he's just got where the bat goes slightly wider at the top. Come back to that after this ball. Just at the top of the bat where it gets really wide at the top. And often the modern batter likes to have that. I don't know how to describe it really. You can see it there.
Yeah. It's the in thing, isn't it?
Helps with the pick-up, they say, although can't have that much of a difference, surely. Pershard, final ball is over then. It's gone for 4 so far. They look for a quick single. It was dangerous for a moment, but there's been a misfield. Oh no, this is going to dribble away out towards long off. And Greenwood is having to recover. A little chance for a run out, a little bit of confusion. I think everyone's a bit confused during that delivery, but slightly eventful end to the over. 3 runs from it. I felt like they could have had 4.
Yeah,
5 for 1.
Yeah, good shot to it. It should have really been a 3. But you take him. Jersey perspective, on the 11th over. But overall, the standards have been fantastic from Jersey, and I'm pretty sure that's just a small hindrance or a mistake.
Yeah, well, it feels a little bit of a damper because, as you say, their standards have been so high, and despite some brilliant stroke play from Nepal batters, actually they've stayed pretty on top of this Jersey in terms of what they can control in the field. But that time, just letting it dribble through the hands, it feels like an easy fix. We won't see too many more of those for sure. Here's Birrell then to continue. It's back with a good length, well played. Just backward of that man at backward points, skips over the boundary rope and splits a gap in the advertiser boarding. It's a very nice shot, well guided with careful precision.
And I feel like Kushal is just starting to come to the party a little bit more. He's just starting to pick up. There's momentum there. There's a real urgency in his shots. He's obviously trying to put some more pressure on the bowler, but he's starting to, obviously from the shots that he's playing both sides of the ground, so he's not just one-dimensional. It's great to see.
Well, we mentioned his form in T20 cricket a moment ago. Driven with power to cover, well fielded. Yeah, his last form scores 129, 126, 20 and 65 in the Asian Games men's qualifiers at T20 competition. Nepal clearing up a few sides, including China, Malaysia, Oman, Hong Kong in the final, where Patel made a match-winning 65. Birrell looking to dismiss him before he causes too much damage to handle. Again, exactly similar shot and a great reaction from the cover fielder. So it rips into his hands. And the dot bullet.
That sounded very painful and cover. But X, again, two very identical replica shots. Lengths there, hit very, very hard to cover. I'm sure your big fast bowler does not want to be getting an injury there.
Down the leg side. I can see Kushal getting out that kind of style. He'll strangle down the leg side. You know, he's a player in such good form. He's striking it gloriously today, but it's sometimes the kind of way where a batter in form can somehow get out, strangle down the leg side. Be a great scout for Jersey if they can do so.
Just a little unorthodox dismissal of what he's used to. Yeah, I can see that, especially from this end with the bounce.
Thumped away through cover. Appreciation from this crowd. Finds a deep fielder though, so it'll just be a single. Looks like the Nepal fans have just moved along a little bit as a flag out there. One of the very few non-rectangular flags in Nepal. There's a couple of them, there's a couple of squares. I think Switzerland might be a square anyway. Back to the cricket as Birrell runs in. Turned out towards square leg. They're going to push for two. Bim wants it, but no. Kushal rejects. Looks like the kind of batter Bim Sharkey is. Looks very busy, doesn't he? At number 3. End of the over, 59 for 1.
And you can tell with Bim just coming in there, a few quick singles starting to take place, impetus in between the wickets in terms of running. You know, he looks a quality cricketer. He looks like he knows his setup really well. His areas where he can attack and where he needs to defend. Short in stature, so lower sense of gravity, runs quite quickly. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see. Be interesting to see how he faces up to Chuggy.
He'll be looking to nudge and nurdle him square of the wicket. Which can come with risk. So Kushal is the master of the cutter. Birrell at the end of his over goes out to fine leg on the boundary. Feels like a little bit of impetus has been sapped out of the Jersey fielders.
Quick.
A little misfielder.
Again.
Previous over. The last one from this end. Some good stroke play from the two batters out there at the minute. Kushal to try and bring back the momentum. Strikes me as a player, Bim. He'll look to use the pace of the quicker bowlers and he'll look to find singles. balls where other batters probably won't. Touch ball.
स्ट्रिम अफ भएको छ अहिले एक्सपोर्ट बक्समा आएर गयो स्ट्रिम म्याच नट स्टार्टेड एट यहाँ अनि स्ट्रिम बन्द भएको त किन बन्द भयो होला स्ट्रिम साइको स्ट्रिम बन्द भइगयो यार यतैतिर प्रोब्लम रहेछ यो स्ट्रिम हुन्छ स्ट्रिम आफ्नो स्टार्टेड देखायो नि त्यतातिर प्रोब्लम भइरहेको यो एकछिन चाहिँ उतै प्रोब्लम छ है अहिले लाइभ स्टार्ट भएको छैन है एकछिन चाहिँ उतै प्रोब्लम छ है अहिले लाइभ स्टार्ट भएको छैन है ड्रिङ्क्स ब्रेक्स भयो जस्तो छ है